There we go. So now it just copies.
Well, I haven't got too much to tell you.
Oh,
but
Babi.
let's start when I was a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe I was around 2 years old or a little older. And I always remember my mom and my dad. It always kind of comes back to me. When I sit, especially, by myself like that, my mom and dad comes back to me. I remember my father. He was a handsome man, tall, with a lot of hair. And he used to tie his shoes. In the old days, they used to put those like a felt on top of your shoes.
Okay.
And you had to have a little hook, and he would tie all the buttons with those little hooks.
That would take a long time?
And I would sit and watch my father doing that. And it made me so happy. And I found him so handsome. But then as I grew up, everything, we moved out of wherever we were living in Montreal. And I went to school, to Polish school for 2 years. Grade 1. No. Yeah, 2 years I was in Polish school. Then my dad started to build a home in Saint-Michel. It was in the 30s, and it was the tough times. And we were 7 children. So what did my father, he decided he's going to build a home. So he bought a lot. He bought 2 lots, in fact. And he started building, and we were living with only beams. We would see all through the home.
So you lived when they were building it? You lived in that place?
Building.
Oh, wow.
We moved there. And then somehow, and my mother worked so hard to bring us up, and my dad.
Yeah.
But one thing is, my mom started to have, she says we'll have a little, because it was like a country in those days. So she bought a cow, and they started, we had a little
farm?
Yeah, like a farm.
Did you have to take care of all the animals?
I didn't. Somehow I was still young.
Yeah.
My mom and my dad did a lot, but then my dad worked for CPR, so at night he would come and work home and finishing the house that he was building.
You must have been tired.
They worked so hard, my parents, and that's so true. Yeah. Now every time I remember my mother carrying a big bag of potatoes, she had big gardens in the field. Like a real farmer. Mm-hmm. And we grew up. And my mom, after when we moved to the new house that he was building, my mom sent me to French school. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to speak French because we only spoke Polish home. Yeah. So I had to learn.
That must have been hard, being all around people speaking French and no Polish.
And I remember we had a nun, and she was so good to me. And I remember, I think I wore the same dress on every day. I would come home, my mom would wash it and wear it the same day, next day, to go to school clean. Mm-hmm. So the nuns, they realized that I always have the same dress, and they gave me such a beautiful little dress. Then I used to wear it. But anyway, I enjoyed that school. And then, after 2 years in French, my mom sent me to English school. I don't know a word in English. Learn English.
Yeah.
And I finished the
Your schooling?
public school only, but I didn't go to high school.
No?
In those days, public school was till grade 7.
Okay.
No, not 8 like now. I
Right.
think it's 8 now.
Yeah, well, it goes middle school 7, 8, and then now like 9 to 12 is like,
I think it
high
was.
school. Yeah.
So then that's how I learned my French and English, and I'm happy today to know that I did learn. And little by little, as I was growing up, the place where we live in Saint Michel, it became a city.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't allowed to keep any more animals. We had a cow, we had a pig, we had a lot of chickens, roosters, rabbits, pigeons, dogs, oh, you name it. And my mom used to make always her own cheese, and we would drink the milk. But somehow we didn't care to drink fresh milk from the cow, so she had to give us a penny to drink that glass of milk.
So bribing
the
still
neighbors
happens.
around us, they used to come and buy the milk from us because it was from the cow.
Right.
It was different in those days.
Yeah.
Everything seemed to go so fast. I think that's...
And what did you have for toys?
Oh, no, we had no toys at all. When my mom used to make us dolls with a rag. She'd make a beautiful doll. Yeah. And for Christmas, we didn't have toys. My mother would stuck on each one of our socks an apple, some nuts, just food like little bit of candy. That was our Christmas stockings. Like that was so exciting because we had an orange. But everything at the end, everything turned out for the best.
Yeah.
We all grew up, and I still love my mom and dad with all my heart. Yeah. I always think of them. They were such hard-working people, couple, both of them. Everything for the kids, they were thinking. And I still have that feeling in my heart, that how hard they worked for us. And I miss them a lot now. That's something that it'll always stay in my heart.
But Babi, all the love that they gave you is the love that you gave your kids, and that your dad, my dad gives us. There's, so all the love came from the family.
I'm so happy now. Now I live for my children. My children are all giving me all that love back.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why I'm living today. That's the best years that I have with my children, that I live and appreciate.
Yeah.
I look at all the pictures all the time that I have.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. And I love you all. He was the eldest. He met Regina when he got married.
He was your oldest brother, John? John, he was the oldest in the family?
Yeah, he was the oldest. He was good to me all the time. He would give me always when he started to work at a hotel, he used to give me money to go to a movie sometimes. That was a big thing. My first movie, I still remember, it was Joel McRae with Barbara Stanwyck. After all those years, and I still remember all that. And then Auntie Annie, my sister Annie, she had MS, multiple sclerosis. That was the saddest time for us. When she passed away, she was 42 years old only.
Wow. Yeah.
That was sad.
Was she sick a long time?
Yeah. She had 3 children.
Oh, yeah.
And I think she lived here in Toronto, but nobody was taking care of her. The kids were small, Wendy, the others. And her husband wouldn't care. He didn't pay attention when she got sick. So my dad and my mom, they all went to Toronto and brought everybody to Montreal.
Wow. Yeah, they went in and...
What's his name? Teddy.
Oh.
Joycey.
Yeah.
Wendy didn't want to come because she had a boyfriend then. Later on, she got married in Toronto, so my mom and dad, we all went there for the wedding. But the time when she was very sick, my parents brought her home, and they placed her in the hospital because the doctor said there was nothing. Those days they didn't know about multiple sclerosis. That's only now, lately, they start talk a lot more about it.
Right.
So I remember she used to walk, and she was like falling all the time, and people thought she was drunk. But she wasn't. She never, it's the way you can't walk.
Yeah, the disease, right? Yeah.
Poor thing. That was young to go through.
And then Joycey and they went with your sister, right?
Oh my God.
Rose and Jimmy?
I can't contain.
No, it's okay.
It gives me so much love for them.
Yeah.
They rather give to the children than for themselves all the time, my mom and dad. This is the one in the 20s. My sister Annie, she had multiple sclerosis. Funny when they had their hair like that.
Well, was that the flapper style, wasn't it?
Yeah, in those days, those dresses flapper, But she had beautiful hair long after. I don't know what that time she had a haircut like that.
She's got beautiful eyes, too. Just like
And
the
she was
eyes
a
are
very
piercing.
nice sister, but this is the 50th anniversary. My mom and dad, you could see a little bit.
Oh, yeah. They had a funny story, right? About when they got married? How they met?
Oh, yeah. I think they knew each other before in Poland. When they came on a boat, they knew each other. And then and my father, that was his brother's not here because That's in Montreal. But when they came to Canada from Poland, my father had a best friend was my father. My father had his best friend. I don't know.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, Bobby. It's okay. We can stop. I remember you telling me that
my mother's brother was his best friend.
Oh, right. Yes, that's
it.
Yeah.
And then her brother, my uncle, like he says to my mother, marry him. He's a good man. Mm-hmm. If you don't marry you, I'll send you back to Poland, because he was older than her. So they got married, and they had the biggest wedding. They invited everybody in the hall, all the ones from the boat, strangers. And they had a big, big wedding.
Yeah. That was because she wanted a big wedding, right?
She wanted to have a big wedding.
Yeah.
If I'm going to get married, I want a big wedding.
Yeah. Do you know what happened with her parents? Your mom's parents, they were still in Poland?
My mom's sister was like a nurse.
Okay.
She was delivering babies.
Oh, like a midwife, yeah.
All that, yeah. And
did they ever come to Canada, her parents? Or
yeah.
They did?
My mother's brother came to Canada, and they lived here in Ontario someplace, on a farm they had. So that's how.
Wow.
My father wore glasses, then it's hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's only
well,
a
they made 50
picture.
years. 50 years of marriage.
Yeah.
That's many.
This is my 3 brothers.
Okay, Bennett. It's okay. So, Bobby, how did you store all your food?
Oh, my mother had so much food. She used to, because in those days, you have to do everything by hand.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was cook a lot. She teached us how to make macaroni. I used to make my homemade macaroni. Now, since I live in Toronto, I never do Italian sauce for spaghetti.
Oh, well, we have your recipe. We make that still.
We make ourselves. We didn't have to buy like that.
Did you use the tomatoes from the garden? Because you said your mom planted.
Put meatballs and ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was different. Today you go to a store, everything is ready.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to cook anymore. Since I came to Toronto, I stopped doing my own things.
It's a lot
I
of
lost
work.
it. Now I wouldn't know how to make. I used to bake a lot. But my sister, Annie, Auntie Rose, she's the one that was a very good cook. She used to bake a lot. He's happy, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she was a good baker. Now Linda starts to bake a lot. She took over now.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Look, he's looking at you.
What do you see? Taking a break
See
from
how happy
eating?
he is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I'm so happy for him.
You said your dad had a shed, right? You were telling me that he had a shed?
Yeah, to keep his tools, things like that.
Oh, okay.
You know?
And the bananas? Would the bananas go in that shed?
It was like a little house, like they
Okay.
have,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I remember he would buy a whole thing there, hanging. We used to go and pull out one.
Like a bunch of bananas, and you get one banana at a time?
This way. It was sheep then too. Well,
but that wouldn't the bananas go bad? Like our bananas only last like a week.
Green.
Okay.
And they ripe fast.
Yeah.
It's like now you buy bananas and it comes too ripe fast.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you buy so many, I guess you were a lot of kids too, right?
Of course, I had.
Yeah, a lot of kids.
I was the 4th or 5th child.
Mm-hmm.
John, Auntie Annie, Rose. One died before me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was born. Then I had 2 brothers and a sister at the end.
Yeah, Janine, right?
So we're a big family.
Excuse you, Bennett.
Yeah.
There's a big burp.
You've got a treasure there, you know. You've got so much love for them.
No, we had a bit of spit up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Babi. Okay, thank you up. There's your hand.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh my God. You're so pretty. Babi loves you. Yeah. Look, oh, it's coming out again. He's always smiling.
He's been giving Babi good smiles. He smiles whenever we talk to him. He's a pretty happy baby. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put a bib on you. I'm going to put a bib on him.
Hey, say hello to Babi. Yeah, you're such a pretty boy.
Here we go. Let's put a bib on. Okay, so there's some more.
Ask him when he's gonna go back.
I know.
Yeah.
I hope we can visit again soon, Babi.
Eh?
I hope we can come visit again soon.
I'd like that. You made me happy now.
You have a lot to say,
What's
Bennett.
on your teeth? Gotta go, yeah. Oh my God.
You give Bobby's good smiles.
Little angel. You know that? You're my little angel.
Where are you going, mister? You want to walk and move? You're not. Oh, you're only 3 months old, though. Where do you think you're going?
Imagine when they'll grow.
Yeah.
Both brothers. Oh my God. It's gonna be so. Sometimes they'll be fighting like I know Rosie and Linda. Rosie was a little to do things to Linda, like, you know.
To tease her? Like teasing?
Rosie, when we went to the country in summer to the beach, and Rosie would like to go out without her.
Oh,
Because she used to follow her all the time.
yeah.
And they were 4 years difference.
Mm-hmm.
So Linda would cry, and she used to do things that Rosie felt like a big girl already.
Yeah.
Not to be.
Didn't want to bring her little sister around. Yeah. But I think that's normal, right? That's normal. All kids go through that, right? Yeah. I mean, there's going to be 3.5 years between my boys.
Yeah. That's it.
So.
That's nice. You see, I think he's gonna get it early, maybe.
Yeah, he's teething. Yeah.
His teeth.
Hands are always in the mouth.
That feels good for him.
Yeah.